So the biggest problem with building a personal brand and personal brand that is a part of your business, it makes your personal brand content irreplaceable. So basically you make your personal brand content really essential part of this machine, which is your business. If you just like pause that for a moment, if you like stop making content with your own face just for a moment, it will affect your whole like business, because your whole business is based on that your customers come from your personal brand, right? And of course, like having a personal brand is like really good thing, but that's one of the few negative things that it has in comparison to building a business without personal brand, meaning no one's face is not attached to it. Because like then when the business grows, you can just hire people to do like anything basically for you, and at some point your role in the business is just to like kind of manage everything overall. So you can basically just take time off for like a couple days or weeks or like even months, I don't know, and it wouldn't like affect the business like much at all, you know. So you can just like disappear basically from that business. But on the other hand, with like business that is built around personal brand, you know, you always have to like consistently be there, be making content, and you know, because that's just the source of like where all of your like customers come from. And I have a solution for this, or at least I have something that is gonna make it way easier to manage. So the core problem is that in a way you basically create a fancy job for yourself, because now you're stuck to making content like let's say every day or something like that, you know, and you cannot escape it. And as a business owner, that's not really something you want. So how do you deal with that? So you don't have to like show up like every day to make the content. For example, you can like skip some weeks or something if you want. So let's get to the point. Let's say you release like one long form YouTube video per week, for example. With my solution, you would have people working for you, you know, just like we talked before, like in the other business. So you don't have to do so much work yourself. You have other people working for you who are called clippers. And what these clippers do is basically they edit, make short form content, meaning clips of these like YouTube videos that you already make, right? So you release this one long form YouTube video, and then you tell this army, a big team of clippers, to create, repurpose and edit new clips from the already existing content, and they will just post it all over social media. You know, thousands of clippers posting thousands of clips, many clips per day, multiple platforms. It's gonna be huge reach in comparison to you just releasing the video on YouTube. You will also get like way more views and eyeballs on you on other platforms too, right? So instead of having this inefficient old content distribution system, when it's basically this, you make your content, maybe like editor is gonna edit it and then post it on YouTube, and that's it. Like nowadays, you need to be smarter than that, because people are like leveling up, and you know, it's just getting more and more competitive and so on and so on. It's kind of like the same thing as like leaving money on the table. You want to take everything you want out of that one piece of content that you can. So you have one content, and then you give it to your team of clippers, and they will create new content. They won't just like chop it into pieces and post it on social media. No, they will actually like create and edit. If you have good team of clippers, they will create like engaging, good new content from that. It's not just gonna be like literally chopped like this, but they're actually like good editors at what they do. So now this one video, let's say this one video gets like, I don't know, 10,000 views. And then this clippers post all over social media. Now all of a sudden this like same clip gets like total of like 500,000 views or 100,000 views, you know? See the difference, right? So let's have another example. Like let's say you have to film content every day. This is like how you have built your business. You have personal brand and you're filming content for your personal brand every day. Okay, let's say you want to have a week off. You just want to have a vacation, and you're just like thinking like, man, I have to like film 1 week. I have to like to do like double of everything, so I have content enough saved for the second week. No, but like now you have this clipping army. You will just like tell them, you know what, guys, I'm going to like take time off. I'm gonna go to vacation next week. the day before it happens, you will just like tell your team of clippers that here are some like videos that I made like this week. Next week I'm gonna be away. Just like keep making these certain type of like clips and content for my content, and just keep posting them until like I can come back from my vacation. So this way there won't be like a hole in your business, like a leak in your business, and you will still be generating views, generating leads, generating customers, even though when you're away on your this so-called vacation. So it just gives you like way more control like over everything, and it's such a like useful tool. And like I talk a lot about this on this channel about like the opportunities of clipping, because people just think it's so like new thing. People just think about it in such a like basic way, but like there's so many ways you can do it. Some people have smaller teams of clippers that are like specifically do like certain type of clipping with certain type of quality preference, or some people do this is the most common one, like they try to have as many clippers as possible, obviously as good quality as possible, and just make as many clips as possible to get as much awareness as possible, right? But there's just so much opportunity in that, and imagine just having that army, that team of clippers, and you can just communicate with all of them, and they will basically just they will just be like a really, really strong support on top of the personal brand content that you already make, right? So this way you will move from the self-employed business into actually like running a business. Makes sense, right? So yeah, if you're like running a smaller startup business, for example, check out my school community. I teach you exactly like how to do this, how you can run your own clipping army. And if you're already bigger business, then you can just contact me on Instagram and I can run the clipping for you. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. And I think this is gonna be super useful, like people running personal brands. It's gonna just make people's lives so much easier and make it into more like actual business like. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.